for you now. It's nothing going to involve too much by way of equipment. All you're really going to need is some bottles of water if you want to add in some weights to some of the exercises that we've got on offer. So just get yourself either bottles of water, or you can get some cans or something out of your kitchen cupboard. I'm sure you've all got them, okay? So just put those to one side for as and when you need them, all right? What we're going to do is we're going to do the main video all together. So we're going to do a warm-up, main component, and then your cool down all in one. So if you feel at any point in the video that you need to stop because you've had enough or you're not feeling great, then obviously stop what you're doing, go to the cool down section, make sure you've done an adequate cool down before you completely stop, as you normally would in class if you were feeling unwell. Okay, so first things first, always make sure before you're doing any exercise, no changes in your symptoms, your health, your medication, like I would normally ask you. If you're not feeling very good today, don't attempt the video, okay? Because I'd rather you not exercise than exercise and make yourself poorly. Okay, so we're going to kick off with the warm-up as normal, my usual warm-up, then go into the main component and then the cool down. Okay, so we'll start off by marching on the spot as normal. So again, don't worry about keeping up with me too much. Go at your own pace like you would do in class, okay? And just make sure that you're thinking about your RPE, where you feel that you're starting at and where you feel that you're going to be at the end of your warm-up. We want you to be aiming towards around a 9 or a 10 during the end of the warm-up, ready for exercise, okay? So just keep marching on the spot, get your heart rate up a little bit, and then we're going to toe taps forward, so exaggerate, really pointing your toes down to the floor and try and get the ankle nice and loose. Apologies if I'm a bit echoey because I am in an empty room, which some of you are probably thinking, never seen this room before. No, this is my house, okay? So might be getting a few more videos from here from now on. Okay, so back to marching. Again, as I've said, don't worry about keeping up with my pace, go to your pace. Just make sure that you're doing everything nice and smooth. Arms are nice and relaxed, shoulders are nice and relaxed, you're not too tense. Okay, and then we're going to dig our heels, so we're going to dig heels into the floor, toes pointing up towards the ceiling. Hopefully you can see what's going on. Don't want to be hitting my head off the light shade here. So again, just exaggerate, heels in, toes up, stretching out the back of the ankle and the back of the lower leg. Okay, take it back to your marching. Try and incorporate the arms if you can, but keep them nice and loose. Don't be too robotic. Okay, and then we're going to get ready to take it into your side step. So you guys step to your right, I'm going to step to my left to mirror you. So taking it into your side steps. Nice and even. Don't overstep too much, just getting yourself nice and warm. Okay, and we're going to hold it there. We're going to go feet hip width apart. We're going to do our side bend. So again, you guys bending to your right for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, holding on the 8. Feel a little bit of a stretch in the hip. Just hold it there for a few seconds. Back to centre, opposite side for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, holding on the 8. Nice bit of a stretch in the hip joint. Holding it there for a few seconds and back to centre. Take your arms folded in front of you and bend to twist to your right for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, holding on the 8. Hold it there for a few seconds. Don't over twist too much. Bring it back to centre, opposite side for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, hold on the 8, hold it for a few seconds, a few deep breaths in, and back to centre. Back to a march, loosen off the arms. As I said, get into your rhythm with your marching. Don't worry too much about keeping up with me. Get yourself a nice little rhythm going. Okay, we're going to take it back into your heel digs. So really emphasising the dig with the heel. And then we're going to bring in the arms. So we're going to add in the bicep curl with the arms. Then what we're going to do is we're going to tap out to the back, so toe taps behind. Use your arms for momentum and rhythm if you need to. And then we're going to bring in those arms again into a bicep curl at the same time. Try not to overstretch too much. Literally just tapping the toes just behind you. And back to a march. Just march that out, shake the arms, keep your body nice and loose. Okay, from there we're going to take it into a side step. So step in and bring in feet together. Don't overstretch, don't do a massive step and then get yourself out of rhythm. So nice and controlled, keeping your body up nice and straight. Okay, from there we're going to add in a hamstring curl. Just going to flick your heels up behind you, keeping the arms nice and relaxed. Hold them on your thighs if you need to. Do a few more of those, and then we'll bring in the arms as well for the bicep curl. So again, it's all nice, one continuous fluid movement, just to start getting you nice and warm. Okay, if you hold it there, we're going to do a few stretches. So right leg in front, left leg behind. Take the arms out towards your back, stretching away, lifting away. Keep the chest high. Then we're going to transfer your weight to your back leg. We're going to straighten your front leg, bend towards your toes, nice straight back, and keep your head up. Don't do this because you'll feel dizzy. Okay, then we're going to bend the knees on the way up, left leg forwards, right leg back, and then arms out in front. Hold the stretch there. You should feel the stretch along the top of your shoulders. Then transfer the weight to your back leg again, straighten your front leg, bend towards your toes, nice straight back and head up. Bend your knees on the way up. Find something to hold on to, if not just hold on to the wall. Bring your heel up behind you, knees together and stand up nice and tall. Just hold that there for a few seconds, just stretch the front of your leg. And then swap sides. If you don't have anything to hang on to, challenge your balance. Gently release, back to marching. Get your legs nice and loose, loosen up your upper body as well. You should be starting to feel a little bit warmer now, guys, okay? But as I said, make sure that you've got your windows open or you're in a well ventilated room, okay? Roll your shoulders forwards, incorporate a few shoulder rolls. Just get your mobility in your shoulders ready for your exercises. And back. Few more of those. Okay, we're going to keep marching and we're going to punch forwards, just like we do in class. Some of you like it, some of you don't. Try not to over-emphasise the punch. Don't lock your elbows out. And punch the ceiling. Marching at the same time if you can. And then we're going to go forwards again. Okay, we're going to keep marching. We're going to have our arms out in front and we're going to speed all round. Just to help loosen up the shoulders a bit more. Keep you marching if you can. And take the speed ball a bit higher, just above face height. And low, down towards your waist. And back to centre. Okay, hold it there. Feet hip width apart. Okay, now you can either twist from side to side or you can bob from side to side. So slight bend in the knee and a bob, transferring your weight from one side to the other, or you can twist as you do that, whichever is most comfortable. Okay, we're going to add in our punches again. So we're going to go cross, corner to corner. Imagine you're in a box and you punch in each corner. And then we're going to take our arms overhead. So same again, corner to corner, but overhead. Just helping to stretch out the upper body a bit more. Get the heart rate up. And then we're going to go back to your corner to corner again. Okay, and back to marching. So you should feel nice and warm now, guys. Hopefully you should be feeling a little bit more out of breath than you were when you first started. So we're going to end our warm up now by taking 2 deep breaths in to finish. So breathe in and out, and in again and out. Okay, if you need yourselves a drink, go and grab yourself a drink and then come back and we'll do the main component of it. So we're ready to start the main component of the exercise now. Okay, so you have 8 exercises that we're going to run through. Now we've got an option A, B and C. So if you just want to stick with option A, you can stick with option A only, or if you wanted to add on the B or the C, you just do whichever you want to do. So I'm just going to run through all of them, okay? But if you feel that you want to stop after you've done A or B, or A and B, and you didn't want to do C, that's absolutely fine. But just stand and march so that you can wait until the next exercise comes up for you, okay? Instead of stop starting. Okay, so anything that you don't want to do, just continue to march on the spot or sidestep or something to keep you moving until you're ready to join in with the next exercise. Okay, so your first exercise is just sidestep, so very similar to what we've done in the warm-up. Okay, so we're just going to start by go side to side, step. We're going to do 8 on each leg, so you're going to do 16 in total. Okay, so going from side to side. Now I've lost count already, so I'm just going to guesstimate this one. Okay. But I'll just explain to you the next exercise, which is option B. We're just adding in a double side step, okay? So we're going to do that one from now. So you're just going to step, step, and then back. Okay. So you're going to do 16 in total double steps. So we're going to do 8 each side, okay? I believe this is 4. So we're just doubling up on the steps that we're doing. Okay. Now the next one to do is a double side step and then a squat at the end. Okay, so I'll just demonstrate that one for you now. So we're going to step, step, squat, step, step, squat. Okay. If you don't want to do the step in, you can just do the squats, the 16 or up to 16. Okay, but we're doing a step, step, squat, step, step, squat, just to increase the heart rate a little bit more and get your legs working. I've totally lost count now, guys, so if you feel that you need to have a rest, just march on the spot. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more each side. Last one this side and last one on that side. Okay, just march it out between each exercise, okay? So exercise 2A is alternate lunges, okay? So if you feel that you need to hold on to something, grab yourself a chair or a wall, okay? So I'm going to do it without because otherwise you won't see me, okay? So alternating lunges, so you're going to step forward and then knee towards the floor and step back. And then opposite leg comes forward, okay? So that's why I said imagine you're holding on to something and it will help with your balance. Okay, so make sure that your foot is planted before you attempt to bend your knees forwards and backwards, okay? So we're alternating instead of just a static lunge. If this is too difficult, if you find yourself wobbling all over the place, then just do the same leg for 8 times and then the opposite leg, okay? But if you can, try and alternate because it will also help with your coordination and your balance, okay? I'm just pretending I've got a chair here, okay? Sometimes that helps. So make this the last one and then we're going to go into the next exercise. So your next one is a side lunge, okay? So setting up, feet hip width apart, and then take your foot out to the side and lunge down. So bending this knee, we're lunging down, okay? We're not alternating this one, guys. We're just going to do your side lunges. One side and then the other side. Okay, so we're doing 8 on each side. If you want to do more, if you want to increase your reps to 10 or 12, that's entirely up to you, okay? Make you work out what it is. Opposite side, make sure you're even. So make sure this foot's planted and then you're bending this leg that you're taking out. Some people might want to lean forward, keep your back nice and straight, okay? Some people prefer to be a bit more upright. Just depends on your range of motion in your hips, okay? I'm going to do 2 more because I've lost count and then march it out, okay? So your next one is a reverse lunge. This one's quite difficult if you've got a bit of a balance issue. So if you need to hold on to something, you can, but I'm going to turn around to the side so you can see what I'm doing. So a reverse lunge, instead of going forwards, we're going to go backwards, okay? So plant the foot and then come down and back up, okay? Down and back up. Now, reversing, I want you to go down and then back if you can, okay? If that's too challenging, guys, then just do a static reverse lunge. So just stay there and do it like this, okay? But if you can, then I want you to come up, reverse, back, and then back to the centre. So it works your front and your rear leg. Okay? Okay? I'm going to turn around and do the opposite leg. So whichever leg you've just gone back on is now your front leg. So you come back, up and down. Making sure you're nice and high in your chest. If you're wobbling all over the place, hang on to something if you need to. Remember, you're doing 8 on each leg, or up to 8 if you can't quite manage 8. But if you want to do more, then you can, okay? So that is your option 2. So your next exercise is marching with alternate bicep curls. So you need your weights for this if you want them, okay? So grab your bottles, grab your cans, whatever it is you've got. And then all you're going to do is marching on the spot, alternate bicep curls. So remember, we want to do 8 each side. So we're going to do 16 reps in total. Okay? So this one's a bit of an active recovery after you've been doing the cardiovascular. You should all be puffing a little bit now. I am. I feel so unfit today. But never mind. Okay, so just bringing them up, squeeze at the top and lower back down, keeping that nice march, nice momentum for you. Okay, the next one is somewhat different to something we've ever done before. I think we've done it in one of the videos. So we're doing what we call a rainbow. Okay, so we're going to take the arms out together and then back down, and then out together and then back down. So your palms are out for the whole of this movement. So it's really working the shoulder joint. Make sure that your lids are on, because otherwise you're going to get wet. I might get wet in a minute. Okay, so it's a nice fluid motion. If you're struggling to get to this point, then your bottles or your cans are too heavy. So consider changing them for something a bit lighter, or do it without. Okay, so do one more and then we'll take it to option C, which is marching with an alternate shoulder press. So normal shoulder press is here, up. We're just going to do alternate ones. Okay, so we're going up, down, down. Okay, so keep marching. So remember, we're doing 16 in total, so that's 8 on each side. I think we're on 7. So just keep going. Remember not to overextend. Don't extend the arm completely out. Don't lock your elbow out. Keep a nice little bend in your elbow as you're extending up, and make sure it's going above and not out to the front. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more and then we're going to go back to a little bit of cardio. Okay, so pop these down out of the way just so that you're not going to knock them over. All right, carry on marching. So the next exercise 4 we're on now, guys, is your jab cross for 30 seconds. So like we've done in the warm-up, I want you to get into a stance that's comfortable. Some people like their feet forwards and backwards. Some people prefer to stand nice and square. I prefer forwards and backwards, but it's up to you. Okay, so we're just in the video, for the warm-up part of the video, we're just going to do the jab cross. Okay, so again, don't extend the elbow out completely. You don't want to lock that out. Nice and soft in your elbows. So we're going to do 8 on each side, so we're going to do 16. Okay, so just crossing corner to corner. Like I said, imagine you're in a box and you're punching towards each corner of that box. Okay, so keep it nice and fluid. Like I said, some people prefer to have that stance. Just make sure that you're twisting your knees and your hips, otherwise you'll hear some cricking. You don't want that. Okay, so your next exercise, option B, is a jab cross with a squat. So you're going to jab and cross, and then you're going to squat down. Okay, so you want to adjust your feet position for this. So we're going to jab, cross, and then squat. Okay, jab, cross, and squat. So aim to do 8 of these, or if you want to, you can do more. Just set your rep range to what you feel comfortable to. So you could do 10, you could do 12 if you wanted to. So remember, jab, cross, and then squat. Make sure that your hips are nice and square before you squat down, otherwise you might start feeling a little bit sore. Okay, back's nice and straight when you're squatting as well, and your chest's nice and high. I'm going to do 1 more and we'll take you on to C. So just marching it out. So you can do this with or without the weight. Option C is normally with the weight. So just grab your hand weights again. We're just going to do our jab trays. So you're going to go out in front and back down. Okay, you can see there's a bit of a bend in my elbows. Okay, so you've got nice soft elbows throughout the movement. Your next one is putting those two together. So you'll do a side raise and then straight into a front raise and then back to a side raise, front raise, okay? So 1 rep is 1 of each, okay? I'm going to bring in the weights now just to show you with the weights, and I'll continue to do all of them with the weights, okay? So keep your marching. You don't need to be marching knees high because that's going to interfere with your technique. Just keep your feet nice and low. If you want to, you can just lift your heels, whatever feels comfortable, okay? So first of all, we're going to do our side raises. Going to aim for 8 or 10 of these. So I'm going to demonstrate 8, but if you want to go for 10, you can. So going to go up and back down, okay? Up and back down. So you're going to go for your 8 reps or whichever rep range you've set for yourself, okay? That's halfway, I think. Just remember to breathe throughout. Don't hold your breath when you're lifting your weights. Okay, I'm going to do 1 more. Then we're going to go into option B, which is your front raise. So you can do this both together, or if that feels too hard, then you can alternate, okay? If you're alternating and you're sticking to 8 reps, then you need to do 16 in total, okay? So just count 16 times, okay? If you want to do both together, that's fine. Again, just remember, slight bend in your elbow and a nice fluid motion. Don't hold your breath when you're lifting. So try and count your reps, because that will also help you with your breathing and making sure that you're not holding your breath when you're lifting your weights. Okay, so option C, as I've said, you put them both together. So you will march, side raise, straight into a front raise. Okay, side raise into a front raise. If you're alternating, guys, you can do side, side, front, front, but that's 1 rep. So if you do it this way, it's a lot quicker, but it feels a little bit more difficult. Okay, so out to the side, up to the centre, out to the side, up to the centre. Okay, your arms should be burning a little bit now, your shoulders especially. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more of each rep, and then we're going to go on to your next exercise. Okay, so you put these away, don't need them for the next exercise. So just marching it out, I'll just explain the next one. So we've got 3 options again. So you're on exercise 6, you've got star jumps, legs only, okay, which is basically that, okay. So just doing a star jump like that. If you can't quite manage that, guys, you can do a half star. So stepping out to the side. So if you imagine you did a half a star without the arms, just use your legs. Okay? So what we're going to do is star jumps, legs only. We're going to do 8 of those. Like I said, if you just want to do a half star, just do 16, double up, so you've done 8 on each leg. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you, because jumping is not everybody's cup of tea. Okay, but if you are doing the harder version, you're jumping nice and soft, keeping your knees soft. If you want to hold on to your hips, you can, or just keep your arms down by your side. Okay, so marching in between exercises, remember. Your next one is a star cross jump. So if you're happy to do your jumping, we're going to cross your legs over as you do it, okay? If you don't want to do the harder version, you can just do a half star and incorporate your arms into that, okay? So cross leg star jump, that one. So you're crossing your legs to meet back in the middle, okay? So you can do 8 of those, or 10, whichever rep range you want, okay? If that's too hard or becomes too difficult, then you can just do half stars. But remember, double up, so that you're doing the same reps on each side. Okay? So next we are going to do option C, which is a full star jump. Okay? So just get your breath if you need to. I do. So just doing a star jump. Remember, your feet are nice and supple, knees are nice and supple. You don't want to be too rigid when you're trying to jump in and out. Okay, so keep everything nice and soft. So taking it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. Remember, if you want to do 10, if you want to do 12, it's entirely up to you. All right. So taking it into option 7 or exercise 7, we're going to need your weights back if you want to use them. Okay. So you're going to be doing marching hammer bicep curls. So your normal bicep curl, your palms are facing out. Keep lifting your feet, and that will help with your breathing as well. If you're losing count, don't worry. I've lost count. Okay. So your next exercise, option B, we can do a hammer bicep curl. I'm just going to stop marching so that I can show you. Hammer bicep curl into a shoulder press. Okay. So it's coming straight up after you've done your bicep. All right. But continue marching. Okay. So you're going to do 8 to 10 of those. If you want to do more, you can. But you're doing 2 movements in one here. Okay. Again, making sure you're not overextending and your elbows not locking out. You want your elbows nice and soft. If you get to that point and you can't quite manage the upward shoulder press, then you need to make sure that your weights are a little bit lighter. Okay, I'm going to do one more and then we'll go on to the next exercise. Okay, so I'm just going to demo this one, guys, so just keep marching just while I show you what this is. So we're going to do what we've just done. We're going to do a bicep curl into a shoulder press, but whilst we're there, we're going to take it into a tricep and then back down. Okay, so bicep, shoulder, tricep, up and down. Bicep, shoulder, tricep, back up and down. Okay, so aim to do 8 to 10 of these. I always find it's easier if you come back down as though you're reversing the movement, because then you're not going to lose momentum. Okay, so do 2 more. Up, back. Now this is where you really need to make sure that your lids are on properly, otherwise you will get wet. And last one. Okay, so we put those away because your last exercise, exercise 8, is a cardio based exercise. So again, you can do this in your warm-ups. I've missed it out of this warm-up today for the purpose of not being too repetitive, okay? But anyone who normally does my warm-up knows that I do this in my workouts. So you're doing a standing knee raise. So hands out in front and into your high knees. Okay? So because we want to do 8 reps minimum on each side, you're going to count for 16. Okay? If you need to take your hands lower, if your hips aren't that flexible, then that's fine. Take your hands a bit lower. But if you're feeling a little bit more flexible, take them a bit higher. Okay? So that's option A. Option B is alternating your knee raise. So you're going to reach up and down. So you're just adding in a little bit more of an arm movement. So again, if you're going for 8 reps, you do 16 in total, so that you've got this on each side. Okay? So remember, you don't have to be too quick. Just make the movement nice and fluid. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more on each side. So that's 1, 2, 1, 2, and march it out. Now your next one is a little bit more challenging. It's an alternating toe touch, but you're going to lift your leg up. But you might want to just hit your shin instead of your toe. So I'll just demo it now. So we're going to go like that. Okay? So those of you that can touch toes, great. Those of you that can't, just touch your shin. Okay? If that's too difficult, then just continue with the alternate knees. Okay? So we're going to go for the toe touches. I'm going to do 16 in total because we're alternating sides. Okay? So you'll probably feel a bit of a stretch in your back of your leg. That's completely fine. Halfway. Again, don't do it too quickly because you'll fall over. Trust me. Do 2 more on each side. And march. Okay? So, we've done the main component. You've done all 8 exercises and you've chose to do A, B or C, or you've run through all 3. If you feel that's enough for you today, then continue with the warm-up I'm going to do now. If you want to do it again, if you're feeling fit, do it again. Repeat the circuit 2 to 3 times or progress the circuit 2 to 3 times over the coming weeks if you want to make this more of a workout for you, okay? So what we're going to do now is just going to go into the cool down. So we're going to tap our toes forwards. Remember, you want to slow it down. Point your toes, stretch out the ankle, exaggerate the movement. So your RPE should be coming down as we go through your cool down, okay? Then we're going to go back to marching, nice and slowly, barely lifting the heels off the floor, okay? You want it nice and slow. Control your breathing. Take a few deeper breaths in. I can't because I'm talking, but you guys can. Then we're going to dig our heels. So we're going to slow it right down, really emphasise your dig and point your toes up. Stretch out your lower ankle, lower calf, lower part of the leg, okay? Taking it nice and slow. And we're going to take it back to a march. Like I said, you can barely lift your heels if you want to, or just keep it nice and low to the ground. Okay, hold it there, feet hip width apart, take it into your side bend. So you guys go to your right for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, holding on the 8, and then take that arm over towards the left. Or right in your case. Okay, back to centre, opposite side for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, holding on the 8, and take the arm over to the side. Feeling your stretch just here. Hold it there, back to centre, fold your arms in front, rotate right for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, hold on the 8, back to centre, opposite side for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, hold on the 8, back to centre and march. Okay, so remember you're doing nice and slowly, not in your warm up now, doing your cool down. So we're going to take our right arm up, we're going to bring it across the chest, and we're going to keep marching. And we're going to take that arm round behind our head. Oh, try not to hit the lampshade. And relax. Left arm up, pull across your chest, Keep your feet moving if you can. And then take that arm round behind your head. And relax. Okay, we're going to do our legs now. So right leg forwards, left leg back, arms out behind you, lifting your hands away. Then we're going to place the hands in the small of your back and squeeze your elbows together. Just give your chest and your shoulders a little bit more of a stretch. Okay, transfer your weight to your back leg, straighten your front leg, and bend towards your toes, nice straight back, head up. Bend your knees on the way up, left leg forwards, right leg back, take your arms out in front. And then gently raise the arms above your head. Then transfer your weight to your back leg, straighten your front leg, bend towards your toes, nice straight back, head up. Bend your knees on the way up. Back to a slow march. We're going to roll our shoulders forwards. And back. I'm going to put hands on our hips. Rotate around in big circles for 3, 2, 1. Back the opposite way for 1, 2, and 3. Feet together, 2 deep breaths to finish. Breathe in and out, and in again and out. Okay guys, like as I said, with this workout you have the option of increasing the progression by doing A, B and C, or if you just want to start off with A's and then add in B's the next time you do it, and then obviously C's if you want to, that's fine. If you want to do the whole workout and you want to increase the number of sets that you do, so you can do it 3 times round, you can do it twice round, or you can just do it the once round. It's entirely up to you, okay? But make sure whenever you decide to stop that you do your cool down efficiently, okay? So hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon, okay?